Hey, what's up guys? MGH here. Welcome back to the MGH United Road to Glory. It's been over a week. Unfortunately, I haven't been well. I decided to just leave it for a week. Just come back when I'm feeling better, and here we go. And funnily enough, where I left it, we only really had a couple of weeks left in that season. So we're going to finish Season 6 in this video. Now, before we get into the rest of this episode, I wanted to say a massive thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. And funnily enough, I already use Surfshark VPN, and then they got in touch with me. If I had just waited a little bit longer, maybe I could have got a juicy discount code. But thank you to them for sponsoring this video. It's very easy to say yes because I love the product and I use it myself. So what is a VPN? Well, basically, it keeps your online identity safe by encrypting all of the information that's sent between your device and the internet, the connection, and this keeps your personal data completely protected. It's also a great way to swap locations around the world. You can virtually travel the globe, which means you can access American Netflix, for example, from the UK and watch blocked content. It's also great for gaming as well. If you're a gamer like me, you can use Surfshark VPN to switch time zones. You can travel to New Zealand, typically is the best place to go to, and then you can pre-install or even access games a few days earlier just by pretending you're there using the VPN. Honestly, it is just so easy to use. You just launch it, click a location, bam, you're there. Simple as that. It's no question everyone should have a VPN. So thank you to them for sponsoring this video. If you're interested, the link is down below in the description. I've got a code on screen as well. So what are you waiting for? Oh, and by the way, they offer a 30 days money back guarantee. So again, just what are you waiting for? Just click the link, check out Surfshark VPN, and let's get into the rest of this video. Gosh, it really has been a while. We've got quite a lot of catching up to do, guys. So where we left it, we just got knocked out of the Conference League by Athletic Bilbao. It was a terrible, terrible 4-1 loss. So I thought with the Premier League season left, let's just go for it. We've got a good few games to play. And at the end of this episode, we'll be playing against Everton. So we've got a lot of games to get through, including West Ham and Crystal Palace there before the Everton game. Here is how the table is looking after 31 games. We're in 5th place. It's looking relatively healthy, but of course anything can happen. And, you know, before we get into the first few games, I do want to say, again, I'm really sorry that I haven't been posting, guys. Turns out it's very likely I had COVID. Ellen, my wife, has whatever I had now. She's got no taste, no smell, and it was just a really rough week. And I think if it was COVID, it kind of explains why I was just unable to get out of bed. And I know it sounds so simple, play FIFA and talk over FIFA, but it really is not easy to do when you're feeling rough. So hopefully you guys understand, and it feels like I'm back to almost my best. So here we are, recording FIFA, and we're playing against Man City here. We get so lucky with that deflection. That could have gone anywhere. But City being one of the better sides, of course, they're going to win the Premier League in real life. I'm really not quite ready to accept that, but there it is. 61 minutes in, though, finally we do get a breakthrough. And of course, it's Thomas. You would have seen at the start of this highlights of this game, he is the league top scorer. We're trying to get as close to 40 as we can. They've, of course, got the machine, Haaland, up front, but we are ahead of Haaland. We've got more goals than Haaland, which is obviously amazing. Still 1-0 at this point, but Man City were dangerous this entire game. I was just waiting for them to score, but Holloway was making save after save after save, which is really nice. Here is Schroeder up here to Lewis Hall. It's a chance to make it 2-0 at the end of the game here, and he does take his chance. And that is going to be the 2-0 victory at the Etihad. A huge 3 points for the top 4 push. You know, we really want to get into that Champions League competition next season. Up next is Southampton. They have a very good side. They've got some really good signings in there. And it's strange sometimes, isn't it, when that happens? They've had Leroy Sané, for example, just out of nowhere. But we're struggling to get going in this game. And Southampton have won the ball back near the halfway line. Ballard is through on goal, and I've still got this issue where I can't catch up. I just can't seem to get my defenders to run. So we're 1-0 down. Just before half-time, though, we've got a chance maybe to equalise before we go in for the break. Here is Thomas, picks it up, but what a save by Emi Martinez. Truly world-class save. Should be 1-1. Corner coming in here, which is headed out. Gordon flicks it over to Thomas. On the outside of his left foot, it comes off the bar. So unlucky. And we go into the second half 1-0 down. And to be fair to Southampton, they were probably the better side. And at times, I was lucky that it was still only 1-0, despite having a few good chances myself. But then we just get so unlucky there with that goal. The way it deflected, and so frustrating when that happens. 2-0 down with about 15 minutes left here. I threw everyone up front. And as you can see here, it didn't work. Excuse me, my throat is still killing me. But yeah, throwing all your players up front isn't always the answer. 3-0, so of course we jumped to result. Simmons pulled one back, to be fair to him, but it wasn't enough. A 3-1 loss after such a big win, and this is what it looks like in the table. So we are still 4th, so it's okay, it's not too bad, but I'm just worried, you know, when I'm able to beat City, but then I'm losing to Southampton and going 3-0 down, and the lack of confidence was definitely getting to me here, and I really did not want to have to play either Conference League or Europa League next season. So, into the game against West Brom, and we are given a huge advantage. Just a few minutes into the game here, Malumbi is sent off within the first 5 minutes. And then we get on the attack here. Gordon through on goal, passes it over to Thomas, and that is going to be, I believe, his 35th of the season. He's getting closer to that number 40. But most importantly, guys, it doesn't really matter how many goals we score. We need points. And we are 1-0 up. Here is Xavi Simmons with a very decent shot, which just goes wide. Looking to really punish West Brom here. The fact they're down to 10 men, I should be favourites to win this game despite a red card, let alone when they are down to 10 men. Lovely bit of play here. Honestly, the build-up to this chance is really, really nice. It comes to Thomas, and he finds the back of the net. 36 now. Just needs 4 more to hit the big 4-0. 2-0 up, though. And there was still so much time in this game. We were absolutely taking West Brom apart. We hit the post, and then we hit the post again. But then Perez is there to score. I wouldn't say a rare goal, but he definitely contributes way more assists than he does goals. But that is, of course, a 3-0 lead. So from one game being 3-0 down to then the next game being 3-0 up. It doesn't really make sense, does it? But we're going to jump to result here. And we don't keep the clean sheet, unfortunately. It's a 3-1 win. They had 1 shot in the entire game. We had 19. But confirmation here that we are still the top scoring team after 34 games. But we are up against Liverpool, who have conceded the least in the league. So once again, not for the first time this season, it is the best scorers against the best defenders. The best attack versus the best defence. Who is going to come out on top? Well, Bellingham carries the ball forward. He loses out to Gusto. And now Perez can bring this one forward. We've got Thomas making a good run in behind. Is he onside? It looks like he might just be off. But the linesman does not say it's offside. We continue and we score 1-0. And it's Thomas again. You cannot stop him from scoring. You can see in this replay, he was just onside. It was close. It was definitely close. And now Gordon on the ball, spreading it over to Hunter with the first time pass into Xavi Simmons. And this is going to be a chance for us to run into the box. A cut inside with the fake shot. Good save from Alisson. We're definitely on top, but we've lost the ball here. And Liverpool are so dangerous, especially with Bellingham there. Here is Fratesi. Through on goal, but Holloway makes one of the best saves. Absolutely love to see that. Very, very big save. And now into the second half. Early on here, Gordon against his old team, tearing them apart down the right side. It eventually falls for Thomas. But it's not the right Thomas. We needed Sam Thomas to be on the end of that one, not Loic Thomas, I believe it is, isn't it? Is it Loic Thomas? I'm pretty sure it is. But unfortunately, we couldn't keep Liverpool quiet. Eventually, they were always going to score. And of course, it's number 8. It's Bellingham. From this angle as well, I don't understand. How's he done this? He's just squeezed it in. And it's a really, really good finish. 1-1 going into the last half an hour here. It's a great pass into Lewis Hall. Heads it. From Carrasco, heads it in, and it's very, very nearly 2-1. We are going to get the corner here. Kone shouldn't really be taking it, but we're going to whip one in. He's got very good stats, to be fair. It eventually falls for Sam Thomas. What a block that is from Ben White. We get another corner. It's Lewis Hall. Is he going to get another late winner, potentially? He got one recently for us. Here is Sanko. We're going to run around the edge of the box here until we can find a pass. Thomas again, but what a save from Alisson, one of the best keepers in the world. And that is another example why. We've won the ball back, though. Omibamidele into Gusto. We're going to pass that into Kone. And look at the space open up on the left side. Surely not. It's Lewis Hall again. 2-1 with less than 10 minutes to go. It couldn't have been a better time to score, really. Well, no, it could have been a little bit later, but we did go on to win. And I think I got my maths wrong, actually. Thomas is on 38 goals as we go into the game against West Ham here. So there's no doubt he will finish as the top scorer this season. But it's just how many goals can he get? He's on 38. He almost got an assist there. Here he is picking up the ball just before the break, and it's another huge save from the keeper. West Ham were pretty good, by the way, and Zakaria was through on goal. And I'm just disappointed that Holloway wasn't able to save that one. So against the run of play, 1-0 down. We need to get busy here and try and get an equaliser as soon as possible. Lewis Hall has his shooting boots on again, very close to scoring. But into injury time here, I could not get Qureshi through. He was very unlucky not to win the ball there. And the referee blows his whistle. It's a 1-0 loss against West Ham. I mean, it's just falling apart at the end here. I was so nervous going into this game against Crystal Palace, knowing that if I lose this one, the game against Everton really has to be an absolute must-win. And it could be that way anyway. And I've conceded within 20 minutes some shocking defending. And the pressure is just piling on because I don't want to play Europa League. I want Champions League football. And thankfully, Gordon has got one back. And it's on, guys. We've still got a game and a half left. Can we put the pressure on everyone else? Here is Thomas, through on goal, slams it into the top left corner. I can sniff that Champions League trophy, kind of. We're getting there. We're almost in the competition. But Perez gives away the ball. Johnson plays it forward. And look at this from Palace. It's so well played. Unmarked. Johnson makes it 2-2. The shiniest head of all time. I couldn't believe this. And then, last minute, what a save from Holloway. The stress levels were so high. Carrasco, can he be the hero? If I win this game, top four is going to be a lot more likely. He's through, but he can't score. So we've dropped 2 points. Let's have a look at the table and see how close it is with this last game looming. Everton in 19th place, us in 4th place. All we need to do is win. We've got West Ham, Manchester United, Spurs right behind us, Chelsea just above us. It really is going down to the wire. It's the closest it's been in a while, guys. 1 game to go, 1 win needed. Let's go. I'm an absolute moron. I hit record on my camera and I didn't hit record on the gameplay. So now I just went to edit the last game and all I've got is me. You can hear the game, you can hear my commentary, but I don't have the footage. It's because my head isn't right, okay? Obviously, I'm not going to go back and play the game again. That would be completely stupid. But I can reveal I won it 2-0 with very late goals from Carrasco. He was the hero of the game. Look, I'll play some clips. Here is me winning the final game of the season. Please. Yes! Oh my God. Okay, calm. Calm. There's still time for Everton to ruin the party, but Carrasco has come on and potentially saved our Champions League hopes. Back post for Carrasco. He has scored again. He is the hero, guys. Oh, what a moment. The referee wants to play a little bit longer here, but it's over. We've done it. Well, it is what it is, guys. There's nothing I can do about it now. I'm so sorry. My head is clearly just not in its usual form. I can't even put sentences together. Let's go through the stats. We'll finish off the season. I've already ran through all of this stuff, but I'm going to do it again. The only thing you're missing is the actual game. I'm really sorry. Here's the new kit as well, by the way. Looks great. I thought I'd debut it in the final game of the season. Some clubs do that, but obviously you're not going to see it in action. But 46 appearances for Branthwaite and Perez. Very good indeed. Top goals is, of course, Sam Thomas. He didn't score in the final day, so he was on 39 goals. I was hoping I'd get him to 40. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite do that, but 42 in 43 games is Haaland-esque. Good amount of assists as well. Simmons with 16 goals, Gordon with 14, Perez with 9. The real story, though, is Carrasco. He was the hero in that last game. I was struggling, guys, against Everton. I mean, I think I had something like 10 shots on target and then nothing was going in, but I brought Carrasco on for Gordon towards the end of the game and he was the hero. He actually scored twice. So one of them was a header as well, which was hilarious. But 8 goals in 19 appearances. Very, very good, considering it was 14 goals in 41 appearances for Gordon. So statistically, Carrasco is a better goal scorer, but maybe isn't as good at creating goals. Top assists is Perez, of course, the David Silva regen. We've got Xavi Simons on 20, Thomas on 14, Kone on 10. Let's have a look at the values of my players. So Thomas, you wouldn't get him for less than 200 million probably. Kone's 90, Simmons 87, Gordon 76. These guys are all worth so much money. It's a young squad, but it's not the youngest squad I've ever had in a Road to Glory. Quite a few kind of 27s, 25s. We can see here the oldest player is, of course, Villalba. He is going to be retiring. Benrahma's going to be leaving as well, I'm pretty sure. Bolton's 28, Gusto's 25. Lots of 25-year-olds. In terms of contracts, I don't need to worry too much. McGowan, Insua, Benrahma going into their final year. Maybe we need to sort out Lewis Hall, Gunther, Larson. A couple of these players on 2-year contracts. But in general, what do I do with the squad? I think I'm really happy with it. The only position that I'm somewhat dissatisfied in is maybe this right centre-back role. I feel like Omobamidele makes quite a few mistakes for me. I think Branthwaite is actually my favourite defender. I'm quite tempted to maybe have Omobamidele on the bench instead of Big Papa and then bring in a new centre-back that's going to just take my defence to the next level. I'm talking like a 90-rated centre-back. I think that would really help. Kone and Thomas, fantastic. Gordon, Perez, Simmons, Thomas, no need to change any of that. Hunter and Gusto, Holloway, I was going to call him Galloway. Holloway's been fantastic for us as well. Obviously, Villalba will be leaving, so will Benrahma. Miranda's leaving. We're getting Mbete in from Man City. I think, honestly, when we get into the new season from tomorrow, we're just going to have to make some last-second decisions, really, and just bring players in that I think will improve the team, but not just for the sake of it. I want to get players that I really think will improve the team a lot. So, there you go. Villalba will be leaving. I'm sad I didn't get to play him in the last game. I probably should have done that, but you wouldn't have seen it anyway. 170 million. Thank you very much. Very, very, very generous. Now, I've already done this once, but we might as well go through the objectives again. My manager rating is weak at the moment with 65. We completed 1 youth development objective. We did both brand exposure objectives. So I would say so far we're above average. Bit of a shame that we're getting rated so poorly, but it is mainly because of this one, I think. We didn't win the Conference League. We came into the quarterfinals and got knocked out. So very unfortunate. We did finish mid-table, though. We got 4th. Very, very good, but no FA Cup quarterfinal. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get further. And obviously, financially, we weren't going to be selling youth players. So I think this is harsh. I think we should be at least 70, personally. But let's find out. Are we going to lose our job? I don't think so. I think we're going to be fine going into the next season, and we will just be going again. I need to make some big decisions, though. Do I go for a new centre-back? I think I probably should. It's one of those things where I think it will improve us the most because we concede a lot of goals. Oh, I might need to go through the table again because I didn't have that captured. So, as you can see here, it was very close, but we did make it because of that last win. Spurs coming up into 7th place, United into 6th. So, West Ham really failed at the end there, but I've not seen a closer kind of top half. If you think about it, from Chelsea in 3rd down to West Ham, it's 4 points between 3rd and 8th. So we did quite well in the end. 18 wins, 12 draws, 8 losses, 88 goals scored. So we are the top scorers in the league, but we've got one of the worst defensive records. 63. Oh my, you're kidding me. Only 3 teams have conceded more. West Brom, Everton, and Leeds. That says a lot. We do need to improve defensively. Absolutely. But the good news is we are keeping our job. We are going into Season 7, the penultimate season potentially. I'll make some changes to the squad. I'm ready to go, guys. We'll be back tomorrow.